at night and felt it? That shiver down your spine? That whisper in your ear, telling you you're not as alone as you think? What if the next time you glance in your rearview mirror, someone's there? Someone who wasn't a moment ago. Welcome back to Friday 13, the channel where the road to terror starts with you, right where you're sitting now. If you're here, you didn't stumble onto this video by chance. You're here because you love the thrill of a good scare, the kind that sticks with you long after the screen goes dark. This story, it's for you. Yes, you, the one watching, maybe with the lights dimmed, maybe with the night pressing in around you. Tonight, we're taking a drive down Route 66, the Mother Road, where legends live and shadows don't let go. Buckle up, because this isn't just a tale, it's a warning. A warning about the passenger who might just climb into your car next time you're out there in the dark. Before we hit the gas, let me ask you something to chew on as we go. Picture yourself driving down a lonely stretch of highway, miles from anywhere. The kind of road where the stars feel too close and the silence feels alive. What would you do if you saw her? A woman standing by the roadside, thumb out, waiting for a ride. Would you stop? Would you let her in? Or would you keep driving, pretending you didn't see the way her eyes caught the headlights just a little too brightly? Hold that thought, because tonight, you're about to meet someone who made that choice, and paid for it in ways they never imagined. This is where it starts. Meet Jake, a regular guy, just like some of you out there. Jake's a trucker, used to long hauls and late nights. The kind of person who knows Route 66 like the back of his hand. It's a road steeped in history, diners, ghost towns, and stories whispered over flickering neon signs. To Jake, it's just another shift, another stretch of asphalt under his wheels. But tonight, something's different. It's past midnight, the air's thick with that desert chill, and the radio spitting static no matter how much he twists the dial. He's alone, or so he thinks. The cab's warm, the coffee's bitter, and the world outside is nothing but shadows and stars. Normal, right? Except for that faint smell, like lavender and dust, that creeps in through the vents. Jake shrugs it off. Probably just the road playing tricks. But then, he sees her. She's standing there, right on the shoulder of Route 66. A woman in a white dress that looks too clean for a dusty highway. Her hair's dark, blowing in a breeze Jake can't feel. And her hand's out, thumb up, like she's been waiting for him. Jake slows down. He's not the type to pick up hitchhikers. Too many stories, too many risks. But something about her pulls at him. Maybe it's the way she stands so still, or the way the headlights make her glow just a little too much. He pulls over, rolls down the window, then calls out, "Need a ride?" She doesn't answer. She just walks to the passenger side, opens the door, and slides in. And here's your first hook, straight from Jake to you. What would you do if she sat down next to you, silent as a grave, staring straight ahead? Would you drive, or would you run? Jake starts driving. The woman doesn't say a word. He tries to break the ice. "Where are you headed?" But she just points down the road, her finger thin and cold-looking. Up close, she's off. Her dress is old-fashioned, like something from the 50s, and that lavender dust smell fills the cab now, thick enough to choke on. Jake glances at her, and for a split second, he swears her eyes are empty, just black hollows where eyes should be. He blinks, and they're normal again. Trick of the light, he tells himself. But the cab feels smaller now, the air heavier, like she's pulling the warmth right out of it. The mile markers tick by, 47, 48, 49, and Jake's starting to sweat, even though the heater's on full blast. Then it starts. The little things that make Jake's skin crawl. The radio flips on by itself, playing a scratchy old tune, something about a lost love on a lonesome road before cutting out again. A giggle comes from nowhere, soft and childlike, but the woman's lips don't move. Jake asks her name. She turns to him, slow as a clock winding down, and says, "Lily." Her voice is wrong, too echoey, like it's coming from the road itself. Jake grips the wheel tighter. The headlights flicker again, and for a moment the road ahead looks different. The lines blur, the asphalt cracks, and the stars vanish, swallowed by a blackness that presses in. Then, it's back to normal. Jake's heart's pounding now, but he keeps driving. Why? Because he's too far in to stop, and because something tells him she won't let him. Here's your next hook. What happens when you realize your passenger isn't just a stranger? She's something else. Because Jake's about to find out. An hour in, Lily finally speaks again. "You're kind to drive me," she says, "just like the others." "Others?" Jake's stomach drops. He asks what she means, but she just smiles. A smile that's too wide, too sharp. The cab's cold now, frost creeping up the windows even though it's a dry desert night. Jake checks the mirror, and that's when he sees it. Her reflection isn't right. Her face is decayed, skin peeling, eyes sunken. He whips around to look at her, and she's normal again, staring ahead like nothing's wrong. But the fear's real now, clawing at him, telling him to pull over, to get her out. Except the road won't let him. The truck starts acting up, speeding on its own, the wheel jerking in Jake's hands. He slams the brakes, but nothing happens. Lily hums that old tune from the radio, soft and slow, and Jake swears the road's stretching, the horizon pulling away no matter how fast he goes. He yells at her, "What are you? What do you want?" And she turns to him, her face flickering between beauty and rot. "I just need a ride," she whispers, "to where I left them." Left who? Jake's mind races. Stories he's heard about Route 66, about hitchhikers who vanish, about crashes no one explains. The truck hits mile marker 66, and the world tilts. The headlights catch something ahead. A wrecked car, rusted and old, half buried in the sand. And then she's gone. 1 second, Lily's there. The next, the seat's empty. No sound, no trace. Just that lavender dust smell lingering like a ghost. Jake slams the brakes again, and this time, they work. The truck screeches to a stop, right by that wrecked car. He stumbles out, legs shaking, and looks inside. 2 skeletons sit in the front seats, locked in a final embrace, their bones tangled with a white dress stained red. A chill hits him, not from the night, but from the realization. Lily wasn't going somewhere. She was going back. And here's another hook for you. What if she didn't just leave? What if she's still out there, waiting for her next ride? Maybe yours. Jake made it home that night. But he's not the same. He quit trucking, sold the rig, and swears he'll never drive Route 66 again. But he can't shake her. Lily's voice in his dreams, that giggle, the way his mirrors sometimes show a shadow in the backseat that vanishes when he turns. And here's the final hook, just for you. What if Lily's not tied to that wreck? What if she's out there right now, on some lonely road near you, waiting for a kind soul to stop? Next time you're driving late, alone, like pressing in, check your passenger seat, check your mirrors, because on Route 66, some passengers don't leave, they take you with them. That's it for tonight, you fearless few. If Lily's story got your pulse racing, smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell so you're ready for our next trip into the dark. Tell us in the comments, would you pick her up? This is Friday 13, where the shadows never sleep. Drive safe, and maybe keep the doors locked.